everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a review of a brand new contour bronzer stick that came out at Sephora from the brand Rare Beauty. So what we're going to do today is just apply it for the first time on camera. I have not used it yet. I'll show it to you in a minute. It's still brand new. Just opened it to look and see what the shade was. So I'll apply it, kind of give you my thoughts on it, my first impressions. Then I'm going to go and finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back once I have all of my makeup finished and I'll give some, really quick final thoughts. So the goal here is that this will be a very short video. I think I'm actually going to pull that off this time. I know I always say that. And then if you have questions about any of the other products that are on my face or anything like that, I'm going to put all that in the description box down below. As always, it will be a fully cruelty-free video. So if you have any questions about transitioning to cruelty-free beauty, I'm always happy to answer those. So if you are curious to see my application of the new Rare Beauty Warm Wishes Stick Bronzer, then just keep watching. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is go ahead and zoom in super close so that we can get as close as you can to see the application here. So on my face so far, I just have obviously like moisturizer, primer, foundation, and then concealer. I did actually get a sample of the Rare Beauty concealer when I ordered this, so you can get like the 2 free samples at Sephora. So far, I really like the concealer. I feel like it's full coverage. I feel like it was a good match for me. I think I tried the shade 160C. That was just the one the closest one that would match me in the little sample packet, but I'll have that listed down below. So I did put a little bit of powder just under my eyes to set the concealer, but the rest of my face is still just kind of tacky from the foundation that I have on. And so what I'm going to do obviously now is go in and contour my face the way that I normally would using this new contour stick. So the packaging looks like this. So for Rare Beauty, this is pretty standard, really clean. The cream colored packaging. I like the name of it a lot, Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. That just sounds really nice. Now I did go ahead and pick up the shade Happy Soul. So let me see if you can, on the lid there, maybe. Gosh, I'm so bad at that. Happy Soul. So this was actually not the lightest shade, at least from my understanding. There was one shade lighter than this, but I think that in the description of the color, it was listed as a warm tone. And since I tend to definitely prefer like amber based or like, I don't want to say gray based, but definitely grayish leaning based bronzers for myself personally, I went ahead and went with this shade because this is the lightest cool tone shade. So it could be possible that I would do just as well with the lighter shade, maybe even better, but just kind of based on what the descriptions that I read, this seemed like the one that I would like the most. So this is listed as a mistake-proof bronzer in a convenient stick formula that melts seamlessly into skin for natural looking warmth and dimension. The product itself, I really like the packaging on it. So this is when you take it out of the box, this is what it looks like. So it does have the Rare Beauty logo. We've still got the cream packaging, and then you've got this, gold lid and gold bottom. When you pop the top off, it looks like this. So as you can see, I haven't used it, I haven't swatched it, none of that. I think it's a twist up. Yeah, so you just twist up from the bottom to get the product to go up. Please excuse my nails. I'm hopefully going to go get those done as soon as I finish filming this. So in the next video, I'll have them done. But yeah, so I'm excited for this. It doesn't have a scent to me at all. I will go ahead and swatch it on the back of my hand. Feels very, very creamy. I like the color. It's actually kind of balmy, honestly, so I'm a little bit surprised at the balminess of it. So I would say my first impression immediately just from swatching it is to go in with a light hand. Don't push hard or this is gonna like smush out probably. So that's what the color is looking like there. And then I just want to kind of buff it a little bit and kind of see what it blends really, that balmy texture blends really nicely. So again, that is the shade Happy Soul. Now what I did want to do is bring out 3 other just comparisons to show you in case you have a similar skin tone as me and you're curious. So recently on my channel I did review this Kat Von D Mod Con blush. I have the shade Fair Cool 90. So we'll swatch this one next to it and see what this looks like. So just out of curiosity. Okay, so there's the Kat Von D one. It looks darker, but this one shears out a lot when you actually buff it out. But I do think, that one does look more cool tone to me than the one from Rare Beauty. Next to that is probably my favorite like stick contour option, and that's from Fenty Beauty, and this one is in the shade Amber. This is kind of my standard go-to color. This is kind of exactly what I'm looking for when I mention like cool toned. So I'm actually going to put this one over here so we can see them right by each other. So definitely this one looks more, the Fenty Amber looks more cool toned. But I think that once you started to kind of buff them out, they're kind of similar maybe. I'm going to buff this Kat Von D one out a little bit like that. So I definitely think the Rare Beauty one actually looks warmer so far than these two that I just swatched, which is interesting because again it was listed as being a cool tone shade on Sephora's website. And then the last one, I don't think this is going to be a close comparison, but I actually do like this. This is a little sample that I got, I think from Ulta, and it's from Nude Sticks, and this is their all over face bronze color in the shade Sunkissed. And so it's also, in the stick form like this, but I'll just draw this one right here. This one is definitely more like warm tone, but whenever I want something warm tone on myself, this is what I usually reach for. So there you have it. And of course, just to remind us, this one here is the Rare Beauty one. So I'm excited to try this out and see how it goes. I'm going to use the brush that's my favorite brush to use to blend out a stick contour. That is the Milk Cosmetics 777 brush. My brush is a little dirty. Sorry, I didn't have time to clean it before I filmed today, but it just looks like this. It's an angled, densely packed stippling style brush, and it really just does a great job of blending out all color contours for me. Liquid, stick, whatever you have. I haven't tried it with powder yet, but I have a regular different brush I would use for that. All right, so I'm just actually going to go straight in with the Rare Beauty and just start applying it to my face, and I'll give you the first impressions like I normally do. Went on super nice there. It's very, very creamy. Good color payoff. I don't know if those are even. So I put a little under here to make my lips look a little bigger. I like to do obviously this area around the forehead. Very lightly here, chin. And then for my nose contour, I usually just kind of smear. I'm not the best at nose contour, so this is just what I do. So I smear on the bottom. I do try to do one of those little lines right there, and then just very gently going up. Not perfect by any means, but once I blend it out, hopefully it'll be okay. All right, so I feel like this went on super smooth. I'm okay with the color so far. Again, it does feel a little warm on me. I don't know if that's just, it looks more warm in person than it does on the camera. But let's just take this little melt brush and see what we get. So I usually always start blending this one out because usually when your brush is clean, this is where I want kind of the least amount of color. Otherwise you end up with that weird line when you're super fair like I am. Blending out really good there. Just very gently under the lip. All right, now let's go in and see how this goes. So super, super creamy. Just literally is blending like a dream. Actually, I'm loving that so far. Let's try the other side. I think this is probably, of all the stick bronzers I have tried, this is the easiest one to blend. I mean, it's like butter. Okay. I do think that the shade might be a little bit darker than what I would normally go for in a bronzer stick, but I don't necessarily mind it because it blends out so easily. I think that this is a good one where you could definitely kind of build it up if you wanted it to be darker, or kind of keep it sheared out if you want it to be a lighter, more natural look. But I think right off the bat, my first impression is if you're someone that's new to contouring, this would be a great starter product, I think, because of the fact that it's blending so easily and that it blends out so sheerly. If you made like a mistake or applied too much or something like that, you could easily go in and just do a little bit of extra buffing and you could get it to pop right back out and it would look good. So we'll just finish here with my nose. I think that actually looks pretty cute. I'm curious what you guys think about it. I'll kind of lean in a little bit closer there. What I'm going to do now is something that I also usually do when I use cream bronzer, well, even powder bronzers. I'm going to take my beauty blender, not beauty blender, this is from Hip Dot. This is one of their Peeps sponges. I don't know why I said beauty blender, but it's dampened, it's dirty. I obviously used it when I applied my foundation and concealer. So I'm just going to take the bottom part of it where I was applying foundation, and I'm just going to stamp over everything that I've done and kind of blend it out a little bit better so that it's not quite as harsh. I think that looks really good. Again, I'm not quite sold on the shade. I'm wondering if maybe I should have went ahead and went with that lighter shade that actually like was the lightest shade, even though I believe it was warm toned. I don't know if it said natural or warm tone, but I went for the one, I remember that the Happy Soul had cool in it. So other first impressions, I think that a little bit goes a long way, so this would last you for a very long time. I feel like $23 is pretty average for a prestige brand bronzer stick. That's similar to the Fenty, it's similar to the KVD Beauty one. And then actually really quick before I go finish my makeup, I did also pick this up. So this is the Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush, also from Rare Beauty and Nearly Berry. This is not a new product. I actually am picking this up because I watched the Baddie Beans channel. She's one of my absolute favorite YouTubers, and she said that she was talking about how in the winter she loves berry colors for like lips and blush and stuff. I'm the same way. I love pinks and really rich berries, and it just looked so good on her that it convinced me that I needed to try it. So I already own a bunch of the ones that come in the bottle with the little wand that comes out and you kind of dot it on, but this one comes in a compact. This is like a blush pink color. Magnetic, super cute. I just think the packaging is so sleek for this brand. I love it. And then there's that really pretty berry color. Now, originally when these first came out, I didn't buy one because I was a little bit worried that they were going to be too sheer and they wouldn't show up a lot. And as I've mentioned many times on this channel, I do like a really nice bold blush in most cases. But after seeing it applied in Baddie Bean's video, I figured to myself, I think I want to try this. So I'm just going to go in with an e.l.f. Putty Primer brush. This one's a little bit dirty too, but this is just like a $6 brush I picked up at Ulta. And I love these for cream bronzers, cream blushes, anything cream product that you're putting on your face. These are awesome. So I'm just going to go directly brush into the Berry Compact. Swirl it around just a little bit. I have no idea how much to pick up. That was a few swirls. Looks like I got a lot. And we will just also go in and apply this and see how it goes. Ooh, so I got a lot there, my bad. Let's go in on this side now and see if we can kind of buff this out a little bit. So I know that the trend right now is to put your blush higher up like this, which I'm kind of getting into the more that I've done it. I wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but I still bring it down pretty far because I just love like a rich pop of on your actual, like the apples of your cheek. It's a really pretty color, really pretty berry. It does blend easily. I do get the sheer description of it because it looks so dark in that compact, but when you actually are putting it, put a little on the nose, when you're actually putting it on your skin, it does sheer out really nicely. But I'm impressed because it's still dark enough that like I feel happy with it. So it does look darker in person than it does on the camera right now, but I think it just looks like a really natural flush. I'd have to play around with it, of course, a few more times to form some final opinions on it. But yeah, so I just wanted to take a second and show you that other product. I know it's not a new product, but it's new to me since I just bought this one for the first time. And again, that was the shade Nearly Berry. So I'm just going to pop off really quick, finish all my makeup, and then we'll come back and I'll give a really quick overview of my first impressions of the contour stick itself. So be back with all my makeup on soon. And I'm back. So let me zoom out some for you. Okay, there we go. So obviously I'm dressed in some crazy makeup. I haven't done makeup in like crazy makeup. I haven't done fun makeup in like 3 weeks because I just had dental surgery. So I'm still a little swollen in my face. By the way, if you noticed that earlier, this is the swelling from the dental surgery. So my plans today, it's actually my brother's birthday today. Happy birthday, Matthew, if you're watching. And then it's also one of my best friend's birthdays tomorrow. Happy birthday, Stephanie, if you're watching. We're going out tonight to celebrate her birthday, and we're going to go ice skating. I cannot ice skate at all, but I'm festive, right? So I've got my little beanie on. I went with like crazy, like icy makeup. I do have this little, I don't know if y'all, let me zoom in. If you can see this little, it's a little brooch of an ice skater that I got from Lipstick and Chrome. They sent out like surprise holiday brooches with some purchases, and I had ordered some Christmas gifts, and so I ended up getting one of those for free, so that was cool. All right, but back to what we're here for, what we're here to do. So my thoughts, first impressions on the Rare Beauty bronzer stick, Warm Wishes bronzer stick. Remember, this is the shade Happy Soul, so this is not the lightest shade. It's the second, I think you second to lightest, but this is supposed to be the cool tone one. So I really like this. So my thoughts on this are going to be the following. I personally, looking at my makeup finish, I think that this is going to be a great everyday contour stick for me. So if I was going out or like doing a full face of makeup like I have here, I probably would have liked something a little bit. Evan, can you let Gremlin out? Go out. I don't know why he doesn't like to be in here with me when I film, but he does when you film.
Because I have furry arms. I have to play with my arms.
Well, he doesn't play with me at all.
Come on, get your video done.
Okay.
First time. He's just hungry.
Sorry about that. I had to let my cat out. So anyway, so I think that for me, this is going to be a great everyday contour. So it's not super dark. It blends out super easily. And so I think that when I'm in a hurry trying to do makeup for work, which I know a lot of people don't wear contour for like their everyday looks, but I love makeup. So I wear a lot of makeup, you know, to work every single day. Obviously I don't go in like with this kind of crazy makeup on, but I still wear a lot of makeup to work. But I don't want a contour that is too dark, takes too long to blend out, or is difficult to use. And I feel like this is perfect. So this is quick, it's easy to blend. Like I said, if you make a mistake, you just buff it out and you're gonna be fine because it buffs out so easily. So I really think that this is gonna be a great option. One, if you're looking for kind of your everyday quick contour stick, and then two, if you're a beginner. So what's great about this, I think, is that, like I said, it blends out. If you just keep blending it, it will almost blend out to nothing, like where it's almost not even there anymore. And obviously there's still a tint, like it's pigmented enough that there's a tint, but I just think if you're nervous about contouring for the first time, or you're just getting into it or something like that, I think this is perfect. It is $23, which I think is a fair price comparable to other contour sticks that are on the market from prestige brands. It is cruelty-free, which is very important. Obviously, I only use cruelty-free makeup on this channel. And so I'm gonna highly recommend this if you fit into one of those two categories. The other thing that I think is great about this for beginners is because it blends out so well, if you accidentally didn't order like your perfect shade in it, let's say you ordered a shade too dark or a shade too light, you can, like I said, sheer it down or build it up. So if you're ordering online, you're not great at matching, you know, for contour stick for your skin tone, this is okay because I think multiple shades would work for different skin tones, again, based on the fact that you can build it up or sheer it out whenever you blend it out. So I think this is great. If you're one of those two categories, I think Rare Beauty is a great brand. They have consistently shown quality products and, in my opinion, very fair prices. I love their packaging. It's very simple, but it's very like simple chic, so to speak. And so I think that this is great for that reason. Personally, if I did a full face of makeup, again, what I think I would want to do is probably do what I did here, blend it out, and then go in a second time to get it to that kind of deeper opacity that I want when I'm doing a full face of makeup, because I do, not necessarily on the perimeter of my face, but on my cheekbones, I do usually like a pretty sharp, obvious contour line. So I think if I had just done the same thing that I did earlier in the video, but done that twice, we would have had a perfect contour situation for a full face of makeup. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was shorter and you enjoyed these quicker ones. I've definitely got some more videos coming up for you. I've actually got like 5 or 6 videos planned. I'm backed up from where I had the dental surgery. So thank you so much for bearing with me, and I'm excited to get this one posted and post another one for you. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can comment down below, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all later.